Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Before we begin, let me introduce myself. My name is Lintang Ramadhani. You can call me Lintang. I am the student of Islamic Education Department of UIN Maulana Malik Ibrahim Malang. As you can see on the screen, our topic today is Hadith, the division of Hadith in terms of sanad quality. I have divided my presentation into four main parts: the requirement of Hadith, definition of Hadith, Sahih, Hadith Hasan, and Hadith Do'if. Have you ever heard of a preacher who convey a hadith by only mentioning matan of hadith without mentioning sanad of hadith? Whereas it could be that the hadith that were conveyed is hadith whose quality was not so. Even occasionally there is an irresponsible person who dares to say that the hadith he said they don't understand what the definition of hadith sahih and whatever the condition of hadith sahih. In using hadith as argument, there is a classification of hadith that can be used a hujjah syariah and some that cannot. Hadith that can be used are hadith that meet five requirements. 1. The sanad of hadith must be continued. 2. The narrator must be fair. 3. The narrator must be dobit. 4. The hadith does not contain shots. And 5. The hadith must not contain. This means, namely, regarding the discussion of the Sahih Hadith, Mahmud Tohan, in his book Taisir fi Mustalahil Hadith, defines ma ittasala sanatuhu binaklil adli tamuddobti amithlihi ila muntahu min ghairi syududin wala ilatin. The Sahih Hadith is a hadith has perfect memory, the sanad is continuous, doesn't contain ilat and sad. What is ilat? Ilat is a flaw in the hadith. And what is shad? Shad is a hadith that contradicts other tradition with more sikoh narrators. Sahih hadith is divided into two, namely Sahih li dhati and Sahih li ghairihi. Let's now turn to the next issue, namely regarding the discussion of Hadith Hasan. Hadith Hasan is a narrated by a fair person, the sanad is continuous, does not contain ilat and shad, but there is one narrator who is not perfect dobit. Hasan Hadith is divided into two, namely Hasan li dhatihi and Hasan li ghairihi. Let's move on to the next point, namely regarding the discussion of Hadith Do'if. Ma faqada syarton aw aktsara min syuruti sahihi awil hasani. Hadith Do'if is a hadith that is missing one or more condition for the condition of the Sahih Hasan and Hasan Hadith. The weakness of a hadith is due to the first is due to the sanad factor, such as a defect in the narration and also that the hadith is not continuous. The second is due to the factor is obedience, that is, the hadith is contrary to other tradition which are more sikoh, and there are also defects in a hadith. In this occasion, I will just run through the four 1. Hadith must fulfill a 5 requirements. The first, the sanad of hadith must be continued. The second, the narrator. The third, the narrator must be dobit. The fourth, the hadith doesn't contain shad. The fifth, the hadith must not contain ilat. 2. Hadith Sahih is a hadith that is narrated by a fair person, has perfect memory, the sanad is continuous, doesn't contain ilat and shad. 3. Hadith Hasan is a hadith that is narrated by a fair person. The sanad is continuous, doesn't contain ilat and shad, but there is one narrator who is not perfect of it. 4. Hadith Do'if is a hadith that is missing one or more condition from the condition of an hadith. Okay, now I will be happy to answer your question. If you have any question, you can contact me on my email or you can send the message in my phone number. Thank you so much for your attention and see you in the next time in different topic. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.